Straight ahead this evening, BTC stepping up to the plate with the largest cash donation in Junkanoo's history. Get ready for 4G. BTC CEO Jeff Houston gives a status update. The straw market now being headed by a new minister. We'll hear what he has to say about the way forward and the new market. And convicted rapist Andrew Bridgewater is back in the news again. The reason may or may not surprise you. It's all coming up this Wednesday, November 23rd on the Bahamas Tonight. And it's all starting right now.
Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
It's great to have you along this evening. This is the Bahamas Tonight National Report. I'm Shanique Miller. An historic signing to give money amounting to hundreds of thousands of dollars, all for Junkanoo. The signing taking place between the Bahamas Telecommunications Company and the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence today. It marks the first time the senior parades have had this type of sponsorship. Fern Carey tells us this is the largest single sponsorship donation ever received by the Junkanoo community, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
BTC's $200,000 and $600,000 sponsorship will significantly help the Junkanoo Corporation of the Bahamas offset the cost of hosting the upcoming junior and senior Junkanoo parades. The financial donation includes $100,000 for the parades, $56,000 being divided between all A and B choreographed dance sections. BTC CEO Jeff Houston says the sponsorship will help deepen the company's roots in the community.
We recognize how significant the Junkanoo is as a part of Bahamian culture, and in fact, speaking to the minister earlier, I've learned something new as well, where people say it's not coming back for Christmas, it's coming back for Junkanoo. So for me, again, that really symbolizes the real importance of Junkanoo to Bahamian culture, and we at BTC are really proud to continue that tradition.
The major donation makes BTC a diamond sponsor of the upcoming cultural parades. It's a partnership that Chairman of Junkanoo Corporation of the Bahamas, Silbert Ferguson, says will help to enhance the excitement of the upcoming parades.
Our sea dancers this year, for the first time, are going to get a solid commitment in helping them to get to the parades. BTC has stepped in and has advanced all of the sea dances, the choreographed dances in both the A Division and B Division. They have given both groups substantial help to get them to these parades.
Some 39 schools are participating in the December 8th Junior Junkanoo Parade and will benefit from BTC's $50,000 sponsorship. According to Culture Minister Charles Maynard, the financial investment will further assist with the future expansion of the parade.
$156,000 is going to be presented at different levels through the Junkanoo Corporation in pursuit of expanding our Boxing and New Year's Day parades here in Nassau. We, as the chairman of the corporation has said, are going to the next level of competition in Junkanoo.
Fern Carey, ZNS News.
Well, 4G has been all the talk in recent weeks. BTC is making significant progress and moving to the 4G wireless service. The wireless service is a step up from 3G and is widely used around the world. Houston says 4G will spark a revolution in wireless service in the country.
We've made the first calls on the network. We've made the first data sessions. We expect that 4G will bring Bahamas onto par with what you're seeing in North America. We actually feel the speeds and the download speeds that we will offer will probably be as good as, if not better than, some of the other networks you see around the world. And that we believe that this whole 4G experience is going to kind of unleash a whole new set of opportunities and business opportunities and social opportunities for people in the Bahamas.
Houston also talked about what customers can expect once the service comes online.
We are very, very confident that we will have 4G in the community before Christmas. And I would like to think that it might even be by the time that the junior Junkanoo gets started. So we're making good progress, and I think that's actually something which can contribute quite a lot actually to Junkanoo in terms of people's ability to take photographs, download, file share, all on a mobile phone.
Well, the government has appointed Culture Minister Charles Maynard as minister responsible for the multi-million-dollar downtown straw market. According to Maynard, a new board of directors headed by Hubert Chipman has been appointed to head the straw market authority, paving the way for the market to be open by the holidays.
Members include Ruth Robinson, Kayla Davil, Rebecca Small, Darren Bastian, Jeffrey Stewart, and Beverly Finley as the managing director. They have started their work this week, and we expect that in the next few weeks that we would have all the logistics in place, all of the procurement that is necessary to get the straw market up and running, the assignment of stalls to the various vendors, in time for an opening before Christmas.
As you can imagine, it's a gift that could not have come at a more appropriate time before the Christmas holidays. Thousands of straw vendors will be able to christen the new state-of-the-art market. The announcement was made earlier this month by Prime Minister Ingram. But before that happens, straw vendors are left trying to find a decent location to sell their products. For a few months now, they've been doing so along the Prince George Wharf due to severe damage to a large portion of the old straw market by Hurricane Irene. Today, our news team visited the old straw market site and found that some vendors whose stalls were not destroyed still occupied the site. A few others had to join because there were insufficient space on the wharf to sell their crafts. However, while it's rather slow, vendors say they're still able to make an honest living. Well, Volunteer Bahamas is officially underway. The government is looking for everyday people to make a difference in someone's life with the aim of correcting the social ills that have led to rising crime. Keishla Smith tells us more.
The government is hoping that more volunteers make sweet music with young people so that soon law enforcement will be singing a different song. That's the idea behind Volunteer Bahamas, a state-sponsored program Prime Minister Ingram says requires the civic touch.
While government is and has an essential part to play in a society, government is no substitute for the personal responsibility required for good family life and avoiding criminal and antisocial behavior. Nor is government a substitute or a replacement for the role of civil society.
From mainstays like the Girls' Guides to the Boys' Club to the Red Cross, they all came hoping to lure hundreds of prospective volunteers, adding to the 359 already registered online and hundreds more being processed. Those numbers from Prime Minister Ingram. Alex Gibson, a scout of 50 years, says he could use some more hands on deck.
We all need, in this organization, we need adult leaders. Without that, we can't carry on the work. We have the boys, but we don't have sufficient leaders.
Mentors, tutors, and sporting coaches are all in demand. And as Youth, Sport and Culture Minister Charles Maynard notes, the sports have proven a discipline and character builder, as evidenced by the products of Freedom Farm Baseball.
No participant has ever appeared before the courts for criminal matters. Again, this is what a little bit of your time and a lot of your love can do for our young people and our society.
Howard Bethel and Ramon Wilson are products of volunteerism as members of the Bahamas All-Stars, a youth marching band, and already they've grasped the spirit of reciprocity.
When we first started to volunteer, we was fearful that people would take us the wrong way, but after playing and seeing the crowd and their reaction and what we find as enjoyment, it just keep me encouraged.
I like to see how a lot of negative people come together enjoying this band. It turns out to be positive instead of out in the streets doing things that, bad people would do.
Hopefully, they've inspired another generation to get involved. Keishla Adderley, ZNS News.
The success of our second economic pillar, financial services, proves that the Bahamas is indeed a major financial services center. So it's no surprise then that this industry needs to be constantly revamped and modernized. It seems the government is taking a proactive approach to this. Today, senators began debate on a number of financial services bills seeking to give the industry the boost it needs. Ianthea Smith has this.
Debate on a package of 15 bills set out to enhance and modernize the financial services sector, kicking off in the upper chamber Wednesday morning. Leading off the debate was Attorney General Senator John Delaney, who says 7 of the bills are seeking to make it law for IBCs, segregated accounting companies, exempted partnerships, limited liability partnerships, foundations, and investment funds to keep accounting records to reflect their financial dealings. 2 of the bills will clean up tax information exchange agreement legislation for our treaty with the U.S. and other countries. Senator Delaney says another 2 of the bills will seek to modernize and make easier the liquidation winding up process, while the final 4 will deal with wealth management.
Indeed, this represents a forward thrust for the government and indeed for the financial sector to, after having over a period of many years responded to relevant regulatory requirements and having responded very well.
Seconding the bill was Senator Tanya Wright, who says these proposed amendments demonstrate the foresight of a progressive industry. And with so much at stake, Senator Delaney says these changes are a must.
Bahamians represent 93.8% of the number of persons employed in the sector as at the end of 2010. 93.8%, so rounded, that's 94%. That's why we're here today.
But lead speaker for the opposition, Allison Maynard Gibson, says since a number of the amendments come from a recent OECD report, that report should have been tabled prior to the debate.
And that it is absurd to ask people to debate something when it has not been tabled before them. We know the Honorable Attorney General is a lawyer, as am I, Madam President, and many others in this place. And the rules of court demand that all relevant documents be tabled in civil litigation so that everything is before the court and the other side is entitled to have sight of those documents before any trial or debate on the matter.
I am Thea Smith, ZNS News.